Good Saturday morning. A lot of people out watching, good energy, tons of work. We were out here for a good bit of time and had a lot of situational work. Had a really great third down competitive period at the end of practice, and like their attitude and the way they're working. We've certainly got a lot of work to do, but there's a lot of progress as well. So just a good first week. We'll go 4 times the next 3 weeks, and I'm excited in the direction we're headed. I'm excited in their focus, their energy, their attitude, and the way they're working hard together. So it's all positive right now, but with a lot to improve upon.
Have you noticed a demeanor shift? Obviously, last year didn't go the way you wanted. Have you noticed maybe a hunger more so than this time of year in the spring?
I don't know that I can compare it to previous springs because I just don't have that type of recall, but I'm encouraged by the way that they've reacted in the winter program and now through the first week of spring. The focus, the intensity, the attitude that they've had, the way they're working together, all those things are very encouraging and all very positive. But like I said, there's a million mistakes to correct and miles and miles to go. But I like their attitude.
How do you think the players are picking up on the new offense? What stage do you think they're in?
Well, third day, they're thinking a lot still, but I've been encouraged just the lack of mistakes. I mean, there are mistakes, obviously, but not as many as I would expect. As you add volume, you increase the thinking and the learning, and we'll have some mistakes, but I think they're really doing a great job because they're into the learning, and I've been sitting in the offensive meetings, and the level of detail that plays are explained to them is at a very high level, and there's not anything or not much left out. So I think if they pay attention and take good notes and ask good questions and go back and study, that they'll continue to pick up the offense just fine.
Has Mossy switched to DB?
That's a day-to-day proposition. Today he spent the entire day at defensive back. But we'll work him on both sides of the ball. With a guy like Mossy, I just want him to be on the field in some capacity. And we just want to try to find the best place for him to impact this team. He's got toughness, competitiveness. He's very well respected. He's a playmaker. He's fought through the injury, and he's just kind of been in flux a little bit. And so we're trying this spring to dial him into a position. And right now that means kind of moving around a little bit. And maybe he dials into position, and maybe his position is kind of a slash or back and forth. But we've got to find a way to get a guy like Mossy producing for us.
What went into moving Burton to tackle?
To tackle?
Jake Burton from D-line to Mora.
Length and depth, ability. He looks like a guy that he told me he's been told his whole life he looks like an offensive tackle. He's got long arms. He's almost 6'6". Just the way he moves like a tackle. He's got intelligence and the temperament to play offensive line. So I think that will be a permanent move, and I think he's got potential to be a good one there.
You like what you've seen from him so far?
I do.
Yeah.
He's still got to keep growing, but he's gaining weight and gaining confidence, and he learns well, and he competes very, very hard.
A couple of offensive linemen that are missing, Akingulu and Bateman.
They're both working through injuries right now and just trying as hard as they can to get out here as quickly as they can. So depth is a concern, obviously, at offensive line. We had hoped to go to camp with 21 players on the offensive line. Between the guys that are working through their injuries right now, we'll be back out here. Between the guys we recruited, between some of the walk-ons that are going to join us. So that's a position we have to constantly over-recruit and add bodies to, and it's just it's been a little bit of a challenge for us.
Are you going to hold your camp exclusively on campus this year?
Yes, we are. We've got a beautiful new facility, the Washington Center, that's nearing completion. We'll have 2 great fields out there. We've got the Luskin Center, Conference Center there. It's just really a great environment for us, so we're going to stay here and utilize that. And it's great for us as a program. It's difficult for our fans because this is the last time really any fans will be able to come out and watch practice. There won't be that ability when we're inside those walls. So So hopefully people come out this spring.
Johnny Johnson? Today?
Johnny, I'm glad you asked that. I was going to bring that up. Johnny is going to graduate and pursue a post-grad year somewhere else. He came out here the first 2 days. He competed really hard. As we all know, he's struggled with injuries in his time here. I believe that for Johnny, it was not coming out here on the first day of pads and risking injury. He wants to focus on finishing his degree, continue to maintain a high GPA so he can get into a grad school somewhere and play. He's doing very well. He's not dissatisfied or anything like that. It's really a career move for him. It's important to him that he get his master's somewhere, and so he's going to do that. So I wish him the best. We'll miss him. Loved having him here. He's a great kid, and wish him the best.
Is the football center completed to the point where you can actually go on and walk around and kind of see how it's shaping up?
Yeah, and it changes every day. It's amazing the progress they're making. I mean, the lockers are in, the cold tubs are in. They put the meeting rooms are almost complete. They're putting the decking on that outdoor patio. I think that the chairs for the team meeting room have hit the dock, and we're just ready to install those. It's exciting. Every day you go in there, it looks a little bit different, and it's an incredible facility. A lot of people put a lot of work in, and a lot of our donors, starting with Casey Wasserman, have made a tremendous commitment.
When you go in there, did you notice anything that was kind of cool or unexpected that you were like, wow, I didn't know that this would be this cool, or I didn't know we would have this?
I knew conceptually what it would be.
Right.
Yeah, so nothing surprised me conceptually, but when you see it, when it goes from paper to, actually where you can walk in and see it, the weight room is magnificent. It's just beautiful, and those folding doors that go right out to the field are really neat. The team meeting rooms is great. I mean, it's unbelievable. And the view that it has, the patio, overlooking the field is fantastic. To me, those are kind of the three parts of the building that are, they blow you away. So, I'm sure at some point you guys will get a chance to go through. I know you will get a chance to go through it. It's just not ready yet.
I know that San Bernardino was something that you liked for facilitating the toughness. Do you worry at all that you might miss that, or do you think you can duplicate that here with the environment here?
I'm confident we can duplicate that here. I felt like, we've been there 5 years, and I would just say our estimation was the effect that it had kind of worn off, and we weren't getting the benefit, we weren't getting the returns that we had before, and having the facility like this and the fields and being on campus, and like I said, the hotel or the conference center, it just makes sense for us to be here. We will still create a training camp-like atmosphere. It won't be like our guys are getting in their cars and going to 800-degree pizza or walking down to In-N-Out or anything like that. I mean, they'll be in a contained environment, but I think it'll be really, really great for team chemistry and just being able to concentrate those few weeks.
How much of a game changer is that practice facility, just not only for training camp, but just every day and boosting what you want to do with this program?
Oh, I think it's I don't know how you can even put a value on it. I think in every single way it elevates this program. When we bring recruits in and we show them the building, many of them say, and many of these recruits have been some of the finest facilities in the country, say this is as nice as we've seen. It gives our players a chance to work under one roof with the coaches in the building and Sal, and in an environment that is built basically for them and helping them progress as students and athletes. It's beautiful. That compiled with the Mo Austin Center there, the basketball facility, makes that another part of campus that's just beautiful. That wasn't always the most beautiful entrance to UCLA. Now it's gorgeous. So, I mean, the value is amazing.
How about moving Brandon Burton to linebacker? We saw him there for the past 2 days.
Yeah. We're trying to always find spots for players where they can contribute. And Brandon's right there. As a matter of fact, he, as you can tell, he's kind of a thick guy, and and he's tough, and he's physical, and he's smart, and he was a really good special teams player for us last year. And we, lack a little bit of depth at linebacker, and we only play with 2 a lot of the time, so it's not a major concern. But that just looks like a spot where, he might have a chance to help us, and he might end up being in that kind of hybrid role. When you're playing a lot of nickel, you play with a guy that's not, truly a linebacker, not truly a defensive back, kind of a hybrid type player, and Brandon kind of fits that model. So we want to start getting him reps up at the line of scrimmage at that position, so he understands the verbiage and the fits and the zone drops, and then we'll find a spot for him.
How do you think he's been doing the first couple days? I think we heard Coach White giving him a little bit of a hard time that first day because he got tired.
Yeah, fewer numbers at linebacker, and yet Scotty runs pretty intense drills. I think he's done well. I think through the course of the spring he'll just keep improving because he's anxious to be a good player. He works at it. It's important to him. He's very, very intelligent, and he's got toughness. So I think we're all very excited about that opportunity for him. I'm not saying that it's permanent, but we'd like to create roles for these guys, for all of them. I think it's important that everybody on your team, from the top-ranked guy to whoever's ranked the lowest, feels like they're part of the process and that they have a role and that they are important to your success.
Got 3 days in now. Any freshmen stood out to you, true freshmen?
Yeah. Darnay has. Jalen has. Jimmy Jaggers has. And Austin Burton has. You probably haven't gotten to see him throw much in live work because he's still learning, but he can throw the ball. For a guy who looks like he's about 11 years old, and still pretty skinny, he's got a nice velocity on his ball, and the game doesn't seem too big for him. He's got poise and maturity. I think it's the environment that he grew up in. His dad, being involved with the Patriots, he's been around some good players and some good organizations, so it shows up. Okay?